Also joining us on the show is the Postmaster General and Chief Executive of Nipost. Her name is Tola Odeyemi. She will be talking about Nipost's evolution, their milestones, and the future of communication in Nigeria. First of all, I was like, Nipost, do they still exist? It's like Nitel. It's like you're saying, like, I'm like, Nipost, but I'm really excited to hear that Nipost still functions. Welcome to the show. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Okay, so let us see the video very quickly, then we'll come to you.
Okay.
For decades, the Nigerian Postal Service Nipost has been a cornerstone of communication in Nigeria. Starting as a simple mail carrier, Nipost made history in 1925 with Nigeria's first air mail service and played a pivotal role during the nation's independence in 1960, connecting people through letters and hope. Today, Nipost is led by its first female Postmaster General, Tola Odeyemi, whose vision is to connect Nigeria, improve lives, and embrace digital transformation while upholding its legacy of trust and service. For 150 years, Universal Postal Union has been a symbol of hope, and Nipost has played a crucial role connecting families and businesses across Nigeria. Sending or tracking a package is now just a click away. As Nipost celebrates World Post Day and the Universal Postal Union's 150th anniversary, it looks forward to continuing its service to Nigeria and the world for many years to come.
Nice, congratulations. So your vision is connecting Nigeria delivery solutions. How does this align with this year's theme?
So I think this year's theme is connection and development, right? And I think it aligns perfectly because the vision, or my vision for Nipost, is connecting Nigerians, delivering solutions and impact. And basically, it's showing the evolving role of postal services, not just the Nigerian Postal Service, but globally, under which the all postal operators are under the Universal Postal Union. It shows our evolving nature and our evolving impact on the economy. So it's no longer just regular posts, but who we are, connecting people and delivering development in all parts of the globe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, people like when we first said Nipost, the thought is that what's going on here. So, and I know that there is a plan to re-engage and get people more involved with Nipost. I want you to tell us about the next 10 years. What do we expect to see from Nipost?
So the next 10 years, wow, so that will be what will Nipost look like in 2034.
Okay.
So Nipost will be at the forefront once again of the daily lives of Nigerians. So you think about the past, I'm sure if you hear your parents or your grandparents speaking, they had to go to the post for this, they had to go to the post for that. Technology has come and sort of initially diminished it, right? That sort of on the post. So what we want to do, we'll be at the center of Nigerians, delivering inclusion and services to Nigeria. So your post office, the Nigerian Postal Office, becomes where you'd rely on for inclusion. So it becomes a platform for inclusion, social inclusion, digital inclusion, using some of our locations for innovation hubs. Social inclusion, we hope, and I know that I will be able to achieve it, getting people to be able to apply for social intervention programs through their post office, because we are the last mile service delivery option for Nigeria. We're in 1,500 locations in every single local government. So if you think about 1,500, that's technically 2 in every local government, right? Right? Obviously, it's not spread evenly, but we are everywhere. So when it comes to the last mile delivery of social interventions, financial services, Nipost used to be at the heart of the financial inclusion strategy in Nigeria.
Used to be the
Sorry,
operative word.
let me pull you back a bit. I know Mariam you want to, because even me, I can't even think, what is postal service? I don't even know what a postal service is. I can't remember
What's your postal code?
I don't even know what you do.
That's an interesting
Maybe
one.
let's not even rewind, because first start telling us the vision, 10 years, the plan. Let's even rewind. What is postal service? Which work do you do exactly?
So the postal network, it's postal service that is done through the postal network, is basically connecting people. So you think about it, it's not abstract. You need to move something from point A to point B, which is the underlying thing that needs to be done in any sort of transaction. Yeah. So whether it's e-commerce or it's even something could be done at the market. Right. So the postal services through a postal network is connecting people, connecting businesses, connecting communities.
Okay.
I don't know how else to put it.
I get it.
It's connecting, right?
I know, I was just trying to be sure that
No, it's good that you asked that question because most of us don't know anymore.
I like the fact that you are innovative, and I can see that the industry is really going to grow and all. So I want to ask, how does it feel to be the first female Postmaster General of Nipost?
I mean, I think first thing first, I would have to, thank Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for breaking ceilings for women, both for female inclusion and youth inclusion.
Exactly.
How does it feel? Sometimes it can be daunting, taking up such a huge, surmountable task, but the good thing is that with the leadership of my Honorable Minister, Dr. Olatoboshi Tijani, we're weathering every day. But it's how do I put it? It's a great feeling. Having to solve this issue, take this institution that is such a bedrock of Nigeria to the next level, I feel what's the word? I'm privileged, actually. Privilege is the word that I feel.
Okay, so for me, I was aware when you were made the Postmaster General. I tend to use the postal service, and to be honest, I don't have a lot of positive feedback to give you, but I was quite interested in who you are and your personality, and from what I've heard, and what I'm hearing today, it seems that you have a vision. When you got on board, what were the challenges that you thought this needs to be sorted and needs to be sorted out now? And what are the strategies that you have put in place to achieve that?
Okay, so thank you very much. So first of all, obviously, the first thing is, I came on board, and obviously there was a lot of comments and things like that. The first thing was operational, stabilizing our operations, right? Customer centricity, right? So even looking at what was our primary role, customers, right? Secondly, financial sustainability, right? The Post has not been making as much money as it should based on the assets that we have. Third, obviously, decaying infrastructure, right? Massive infrastructure that's going to take years, right, to bring up. But it's doable, right? With a vision and a plan and a strategy, and the support of the Honorable Minister and Mr. President, it's something that we already have in the pipeline, right? So I think those are the three key things: customer centricity, financial sustainability, and aging infrastructure.
Okay, let me, sorry, I need to be sure, because I'm seeing the logo on screen. I'm thinking, is that the new logo, the yellow, the yellow buses?
It's always been like that.
Sorry, I'm talking as a novice. I have no clue, right?
No.
So many Nigerians. So this is your logo, the yellow thingy, right?
Yes.
That's it. Okay, now. So your work connecting people. Let me Nigerians need to understand it. One of the things that Nigerians who are watching understand. I want to send this thing to Mariam. I should come to Nipost to mail it to Mariam.
Yes.
And she will get it.
Yes.
In good condition.
Because what we used to find, Madam PMG, is that when we go there, people tell us to pay directly to personal accounts. I'm saying it because I have somebody who told me, Mariah, I paid to somebody's personal account to get my items delivered. Unfortunately, the items were still not delivered.
So when was this?
This was about 3 years before you came. Definitely before you came.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to be sure that...
There are sort of, you brought up a lot of issues. One, the financial thing. We have just rolled out the new POS terminals.
Okay.
Because it was a recurring issue. So, even if that money is paid, so the issue was always what bank account. We're not, we don't have a bank account. It has to be into remitter. And just the steps and the hoops to get people paid. There was it's complicated. But we've made it easier. There are now POS terminals in my post offices. Secondly, would it be delivered? Obviously, one of the things we've also done is trying to bolster our logistics network, right? What are last mile delivery, first mile delivery. Thirdly, the technology in between. Your ability to be able to track. So you've given it to somebody in Ikoyi and you want it delivered to somebody, even abroad, in America, right? So we're building a postal information system, upgrading what we already have, which already works, but want to build from the ground up something that is sort of scalable to whatever business we want to do. And then rebuilding trust is the biggest thing.
Yes.
My job, So my job, and I know it's something that's in the system, right? It's a human system, so any system that has human beings in it.
Yeah.
And there are multiple ways. One, the technology. Two, using the carrot and stick, right?
Okay.
So is it more profitable for somebody to pilfer or to do their job?
Good.
Which is it? And then is it worth my job stealing something that cannot sustain me for the rest of my life? So the carrot and stick. So staff welfare, but also ensuring that we're applying the rules and regulations as regards to pilfering and things as at when due, so that we're sure that this is not happening, but also ensuring that people want to do their jobs and people also don't want to be seen not doing their jobs, right? So those two levers at the same time.
Yeah. So I know that for global transactions, if you, like a friend of mine has a YouTube channel, wanted to collect her money or something, and they had to post to verify. So they had to send, and you have to send it to a PO box or something, and it was a struggle to get
Postal code?
The details so that you can have it, the mail, and then you receive it and confirm that, okay, I live in this place. And many people are watching right now, they are used to, if I want to do any delivery, there's one or the other app. How is Nipost going to deal with the competition, being that you are backed by government, not kill the competition, but collaborate with competition? Like, what's the plan to integrate?
So you've actually taken it out of my hand. So again, there's something I always say, Nipost is not in competition with private sector, right? And because we have an advantage that nobody else has, and is our spread.
Yeah.
So it would interest you that we do last mile delivery for some private people that you call competitors. Because the reach Nipost has, a lot of people can't afford to have this, right?
Yeah.
So we do last mile delivery. So for example, in my state, there's the main courier companies stop in the state capital. Yeah. Anything outside that,
okay,
Nipost that can
do that.
That can do that because it's not worth it for them to do it. But because again we are backed by government,
collaborate.
So there's a collaboration.
Would I be seeing these beautiful trucks on the roads?
You'll even be seeing more.
Okay.
You start seeing more. So yes, you start seeing more.
Now, okay, so if I will have a package and I want to send a package, will you come to me to pick up my package if I cannot come to the office to send it?
So we're building that out, our e-commerce platform that allows for first mile pickup and then last mile. So then, because for e-commerce, we do realize that there's a huge market for that first mile pickup and then as well as last mile delivery. So last mile delivery is what we do for other people, other courier companies, and first mile is what we do for people in commerce.
How much jobs do you hope to create with this? Because it seems like Nipost is rebranding and remodeling and putting operational tools in place. Do you expect to hire more people, or you have enough staff to work with right now?
No, so Nipost is 10,000 strong.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, but if you look at it across the country, 1,500 locations, if you divide it, that's less than 5 people per location, about 5 people per location. No, but in terms of job creation, it doesn't have to be internal. No, we want to create jobs in the economy, right? And we're doing it in many ways. So if you look at it just as delivery, right? So our last mile delivery solutions have to be sort of decentralized, right? So you have to get more people involved in those last mile delivery because Nigeria is a very big country. Now, the run-up to that is as we become more efficient, there's a project that we're doing called Trade at Post, which the Honorable Minister was very good, he approved that for me, which is using the long-term, the short-term impact of that is using the post offices as points for trade exports, right?
Oh, okay.
So being sort of interconnected with single window and all those things where you can drop off things at your post office, it doesn't have to be Lagos, it doesn't have to be anywhere, and it gets to your customers anywhere across the country. I mean, around the world. Around the world, because we do outbound as well. We know we export as well to all countries, right? So that way, what we're doing in those communities is that people, as those communities come up with work like that we're doing with people like Sweden, right? We're doing some work with Sweden. We're able to get those communities to be more productive, right? And we'll help them move.
They don't have to worry about logistics.
They don't have to worry about logistics. They don't have to worry about the cost of logistics. So we give a concession to Sweden as well. So if you're on the Sweden platform, you get a concessionary price.
Wow. Interesting.
Wow.
Okay.
I know you're celebrating the 150th anniversary of the UPU. So of what significance is this to Nipost, and how are you celebrating?
I mean, so how are we celebrating? So yes, I'm here with you ladies this morning. Secondly, we have 2 walks going on, again, to raise awareness. Look, Nipost is still around, both in Lagos and Abuja. Secondly, thirdly, we also have 2 competitions that we're announcing. 2 competitions, a letter writing competition for junior secondary students.
Nice.
Where they would write, and I think if you go to, yes, so it's up there and it'll be on our social media platforms, writing on your dream from Nigeria to the presidency, and we'll make sure we deliver those to the president.
Wow.
Yes.
Junior secondary?
Junior secondary. Okay. And for senior secondary, it is a stamp design. Right.
Oh, I like
that.
And are you going to use the best as a design?
Yeah. So I mean, we'll use it for many different.
Sorry, let me rewind again.
Yes.
Some of us can't remember what stamp means. I don't remember the last time I used a stamp.
Yeah.
Like when I was a child, you used to stick it on letters. Yeah. That doesn't happen anymore.
It does.
So
It does.
help me understand that it happens.
So the stamp is an adhesive. So stamp comes in
Right.
now, adhesive, stamped, and then electronic stamp.
Right.
So it's basically a value, a store of value, right? And depending on what Nipost use it for, anybody else use it for, it is a store of value that for movement and for enabling transactions and commerce.
That's nice. So it doesn't matter the design.
Oh no, the design is about Nigeria.
Okay.
So the design for the stamp is Nigeria, and the theme for the letter writing competition is your dream for Nigeria.
I know some primary school students that want to be doing.
So their prize money is, because I'm seeing
Please,
the
let's
flyer.
see.
Yes, the prize
50,000
money,
and
250,000 each for the winner, right?
Wow.
And I think even for the letter writing one, so in addition to that, we'll put it on our social media.
Well
for the
done.
stamp, we'll use it for as many things that we can use it for. Pen. Yes, I mean.
Nipost has social media.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say social media. We need to see you more,
what's your handle?
please.
As in,
So
No, we are
Nipost NGN on all platforms.
Okay.
And so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or X. Sorry.
Okay, you know how you travel to different countries? Some people say, what's your postal code?
Yeah.
If you go to US, they say, what's your zip code?
Yeah.
I've been asked.
Do we have that, or do we plan to have that?
So we actually have one right now.
Okay.
But it is based, the one we have right now is based on administrative lines. So Etiosa has one,
Yes.
and everything.
Right.
So there is, if you go to the Nipost website, it will actually show you, based on where you live, your postcode. Now we are moving to a more interesting one, which is digital postcode, which is the one that you see in like UK or the US, the zip code, which is now like it's basically predictive.
Yeah.
So that says the predictive one based on geolocation and things like that. We're working on that. Quickly, we want to get it out as soon as possible. Hopefully Q1 next year to get it out. So you'll be able to, once you put in your zip code. Postcode, zip code for Americans. Once you put in your postcode, it shows you all the addresses under your postcode.
Wow. So like I'm filling it in on my computer.
So it's
and then...
predictive and it's intelligent.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
See when a woman leads something.
Yes.
We love it. We love it.
you're the youngest, because when they show the pictures of all other Postmaster General, they're much older.
Look at your
and they're
daddies.
Men. Like, yeah, exactly.
And then put their daughter somewhere.
I mean, to be fair, running a post it's a lot of work. So I understand the reason why in the past it was people that had a breadth of experience. But the good thing with technology is that you get that experience. Yeah, it's our generation.
I have to ask you, maybe hopefully nobody's watching. The civil service, how are they working?
How is it working with civil service?
How is it working
That I've been there for 30 years and 20 years.
So you know that this is not my first foray in public sector.
I know, we always think it's the first time.
No, it's not my first foray. And I think that, to be honest, and I think that a lot of people in public sector actually get a bad rep based on the actions of a few. You think about, you talk about Nipost, it doesn't exist. There are people, 10,000 people strong, that have been keeping this institution alive.
Yeah.
Postmasters go and come.
We should. They deserve a round of applause.
Yes. My management team, I think between them is over 200 years of experience in postal service, that people have dedicated their lives. And they joke that when they entered, they came straight from university and they're like, I'll just be in the post for 5 years and I'll move on to something else. And they found themselves drawn by the need, because once you enter Nipost, right, you look at what is possible. There's no way you cannot be inspired. And they inspire them to stay and keep that institution running. And I always say to them, postmasters go, postmasters come.
But
But they are the ones who are keeping that institution running. So yes, kudos to my Nipost team.
I think we can wrap up on that. Well done. So anything else you want to tell? You have like 30 seconds left. Any other information that's important?
No, so I think that one, again, thanking the leadership the leadership that has brought me here. That's the Mr. President and the Honorable Minister, Dr. Tijani, and just really asking Nigerians, anybody watching, to give the Post a try. We are your platform for inclusive economic growth, right? We want Nigerians to grow, and not just in urban areas, but in underserved areas as well. We are there for Nigerians to be a partner, both in commerce, in logistics, in financial services, and any other value-added services. So please visit your post and ask, Postmaster, the person there, what can you do for me today?
That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.